Love talking about things that are going on in the Santa Clarita Valley, and we talk a lot about Halloween and things to do for kids and things to do for families, but we don't want to overlook, especially those of us eventually hurtling toward the senior years, or for those of us also who are in some sort of at least keeping an eye on seniors, or maybe full out on-site assistive care for our senior relatives and maybe even friends. So there's a Golden Years Expo coming up this Saturday. We've been talking about it at the Hyatt Regency Valencia, and of course it's free. Here to talk about it from High Impact is Gary Butergaugh. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, George.
Now, this is an event, and you put on a bunch of events here in Santa Clarita, which is wonderful, and you organize them, and they're great. You also put on, help to organize and put together our annual Home and Garden Expo. So your events and the organization thereof and the flowing through of information is a wonderful thing. But let's talk about this Golden Years Expo, because this is something like we have, I have a mother-in-law who's about to turn 83. She's on her own, but there still are things that as we're learning going through that she needs a little bit of help with. And it goes beyond like maybe doing some light grocery shopping for her, going to the doctor so you get that kind of second set of eyes and ears to make sure that things are going right. There really is a lot of stuff out there for seniors that we may not know about, right?
That's correct, and that's the whole purpose of this event, is to make people aware, and by people I mean people who are seniors, people who are caring for seniors, and people who are planning for their senior years.
Exactly, and I would say I'm in my early 50s. It's time to really start realizing that there is actually a shelf life to perhaps this sort of activity, and getting up and being able to just instantly go and do things that I'm going to have to really start thinking about. What am I going to do when things start to slow down for me, right?
Well, the best time to prepare for your senior years is not in your 60s, it's in your 30s and 40s, because it takes a while to save enough money and plan your insurance to cover all the various needs you're going to have when you become an older person.
Exactly, and saving money especially, because you may be, there are people I know even at my age and maybe a little older, a little younger, who thought maybe, on one hand, for example, thought they were going to have a pension from a company they work for. This company suddenly goes out. So what do you have as a backup? What are you doing on the side for that? And also we're talking about medical care and things like that. And you mentioned insurance, which is really interesting, because we're talking about, in some cases, what's covering your medical costs as a senior that aren't covered by Medicare, but also even things like long-term skilled care and things like that isn't covered by any type of standard insurance. You need an extra insurance policy for that.
Exactly. Well, even if it's covered by Medicare, there are gaps in Medicare.
That's true.
And there is insurance designed to cover Medicare gaps.
Exactly.
And there will be a couple of people at the Golden Years Expo that offer gap insurance at a very excellent price.
Now, aside from vendors who are going to be providing information and services, there are symposiums, there are exhibits, and there are speakers that are going to be throughout the day, correct?
Great. Yeah, we have a great list of speakers, some very prominent people here in Santa Clarita who are involved in the Senior Resource Alliance and other organizations that help support our seniors. And we have Jane McNamara, a prominent attorney that deals with seniors, who will be talking about 4 steps to protecting your assets and your independence. We'll have a speaker there covering monthly VA cash benefits and how to obtain them. Another one will cover understanding reverse mortgages. We have a speaker on coping with caregiver stress, very important topic. And of course, the speaker that my wife wants me to sit in on, it's called hearing loss and hearing aids.
And not just spousal hearing loss, that's the thing. But and there are some very important things, especially VA. A lot of people don't realize that spouses of veterans in certain conditions can still receive benefits, things like that. Those are the little teeny nuggets that we've had to go and really dig up and really go to out of the way to try and find. It's going to be right here. You can get those questions answered.
Absolutely. And VA benefits change occasionally.
Yes, they do.
So you need to know what your VA benefits are and how have they changed over the years.
And plan early, because a VA, another kind of a behemoth organization, that it takes a while to get those wheels turning for you.
Yes,
And-
absolutely.
And talking about caregiver stress too, very important, because as much as we love our loved ones or whoever, we want to take the opportunity to help them out. It's a lot of work, and especially
Right.
on top of our daily. So these are great symposiums. Again, if you are a senior, even if you're an active senior still working into your 70s, good opportunity to come down and see what's going on. As I'm planning to be a senior, my age or maybe a little, we're all planning to be seniors, but we're talking about really getting, if you haven't really looked at the opportunities that are available to you as a senior and recognizing your shelf life, as I'm starting to do, and also if you're caring for anyone and things like that. So it's a good
Exactly.
opportunity. Learn more at goldenyearsexpo.com. This reminds me, Gary, of the David Bowie song Golden Years from like the mid-1970s. David Bowie's now like in his late 60s. Technically, David Bowie, if you're out there listening, you might want to stop by
Absolutely, come on by.
and see what's available to you, sir. You're no spring chicken anymore. So, Gary, always a pleasure to have you come by. Again, Golden Years Expo, it's this Saturday. Hyatt Regency Valencia starts at 10 o'clock, is that right?
Starts at 10 o'clock. We have free health screenings. We have free flu shots.
Very important.
Our congressman, his office is going to be there. Steve Knight's office will be there to handle any problems people are having with federal agencies, and also to introduce some federal programs. And we're going to have some really great drawings, including one person's going to win over 500 California Quick Pick tickets.
That is amazing. That's worth going right there. Gary, again, thanks so much for coming out and helping organize this from High Impact. It's a great opportunity to get some knowledge and information for the Golden Years Expo this Saturday. Hyatt Regency Valencia, free admission from 10 a.m. till 2 or 4?
From 10 a.m. until 4,
Got it.
and complete information is on goldenyearsexpo.com.
.com. Thanks a lot, Gary. Always good to see you.